All right, with that, welcome to the Create Your Digital Vision Board. This is going to be a fun, interactive, obviously casual environment for all of us to really come together. I just love the power that happens when we come together with a collective intention like this. So for those who don't know me, I'm Kathy Basel. I'm a transformational life coach and energy healer. And I really want to focus on the word transformation, because I truly believe that we're manifesting all the time, and that we're not just calling it, we think in terms of the law of attraction, but the law of attraction is, sometimes we're thinking, oh, all I have to do is ask and it is given. And it's like, no, we only are able to attract based on the level of the vibration that we are being, the level of our thoughts, the level of our emotions that we're predominantly being. So you might be somebody who practices a lot of joy, but if we've got a certain fear around us, a certain area, hold on a second. Um, if you're having a certain block around a certain area, we get to dive in under the surface in order to see where it's kind of like we've got the foot on the gas on one area and foot on the brakes in another. So a lot of you are familiar with this kind of work. And Joy, by the way, is someone who's also a coach who does a lot of work around the emotions. Alexandra is a Mary Morrissey gal. So this is all of our language, which is awesome. Yeah. We can really dive in and just really get intentional with it. And remember the depth to which this tool can be something to help us really leverage what it is that we want to call into our lives next. One of the biggest reasons that we don't get what we want in our life is that we're not really getting clear and specific on what that is. And by specific, I mean not just what that is, like that dream home. Oh my gosh, they just came out with a HGTV dream house for the year 2023, and it's like 10 miles from house. It's gorgeous. It's like, but it's not enough to have that house and that visual to it. It's why is it? Why do we want that? What is the contribution energetically that's going to make to our lives? What would living in that space allow me to become? So we're attracting based on our dominant vibration that we're putting out there, which is a culmination of the thoughts we're thinking, the emotions we're being. But I like to think of who we are becoming as a result of that. So one of the practices that I do, well, I've got a program, La Femme Salon. It's 10 weeks to find your fire, freedom, and fulfillment. So those taglines are kind of the key to, in my mind, of how it is that we manifest. So the first thing is what we're doing today is to create a big vision of what it is that we want in our life. And we want to make it with those juicy details in terms of how the sensual details of how do I think, how am I feeling, how does it smell, who am I becoming when I'm living in that house? That's the part of that transformation of how it is we're becoming that person who is having that house. Who am I interacting with? Where, what is that spaciousness allowing me to feel and to become, and what do I attract as a result of that? Anyways, hold on a second. I've got one other person who's having a challenge connecting. So Joy, I would love to hear in your terms, because you teach in terms of emotions. Tell us in your perspective how it is that we shift into a more predominant, higher emotional state in order to attract what it is that we really want.
That's quite a question. I think one of the biggest things is that people resist what we all term as negative emotions or the uncomfortable emotions, and all emotions have value. They have information. And the more we're willing to actually experience whatever it is that's present, that always shifts. Because the emotions flow, they just bring you the information. And when you get them, that information, you are then more connected to yourself. So I like to say that joy is the emotion of connection, but it's not the absence of fear or anger or these other emotions. It's the inclusion of them when you're authentically, your truth in the moment. So one of the biggest ways to shift in your emotions is to accept and acknowledge whatever it is that you're feeling in that moment, and then really listen to what that message is. And then you'll experience more joy, which is connection, which is expansion. And I think, in essence, our life force energy that's at work. So
I love that. And I think it's great because everybody here is on par with that kind of sentiment, is that up until now, a lot of times we've been raised to believe that emotions were something that, for women especially, we didn't want to acknowledge, because if we felt emotional, then we were looked down on as if we were weaker or something like that. Right. And it's like, no, these are something we embrace, because to me, when we're having what we would term a negative emotion, to me, it's just a lower vibing emotion, which means that we're off track from what it is that we truly desire. So to me, there are things that will get us to where we want to go. So something to be embraced. So I love the distinction that you made there. Yay, Diane found us. Okay, awesomeness. So, hey, Miss Diane. So she's in Virginia. And Kim, is that Kim Euler?
Good morning. No, it's Kimberly Freeman.
Oh, hey, Kimberly, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
So what I wanted to do, just wanted to talk just a touch more and bring us through an exercise of heart math to bring us into our heart space, because I love living now, because as consciousness is raising and we've got people like Joe Dispenza and Mary Morrissey bringing the research to what it is, this manifestation conversation that we're going to dive into, that can oftentimes be kind of woo-woo or talking about magic, but we're talking practical magic. So they're putting the science to what it is that we've known on one level is possible, and yet this is getting measured. So there's an organization called Heart Math that has done some research and recognized that we're actually, the field of energy around us is actually a measurable thing. And the mind, they say, we've got the brain power and then we've got the heart power. Hi, Rochelle. We've got the heart, we've got the heart and the mind. And oftentimes when we're stuck trying to manifest something, oftentimes it's because we're in our head. And again, our head is also have all this subconscious chit chat going on, 95% of which is running in the subconscious we're not even aware of. So oftentimes when we are having troubles manifesting what it is we're truly desiring to call in, it's because we're either stuck in the head, in our mind, trying to make it out, figure it out how we're going to make it happen, versus coming into our heart set. The brain, according to Heart Math, is, or I'm sorry, I'm saying that backwards. The heart is 60 times stronger than the brain electrically, and it's 1,000 times stronger magnetically. So when you think of us tapping into the magic of being able to attract into our lives what it is we want to make sure that we can visualize it with our minds, but we also want to project that from our heart space. So I just wanted to walk us through an invitation. So when we come together like this with a shared intention to magnetize what it is that we're calling into our lives, this is truly a powerful thing, the power of us coming together like this. So let's just sit up. We're just going to take some, a few deep breaths. You might want to even put your hand on your heart. Where our attention goes, the energy flows. Be thinking about some of those fun things you're going to be looking to create on your vision board, those beautiful experiences. Maybe it's some time on the beach, time with friends and family, new work environments, new possibilities you're calling into your life, greater health or vitality. Breathing deeply into the heart space. Imagine now like a golden ball. Let's call it joy. Allow this to surround that heart, those intentions you're calling into that heart space. allowing that to expand out around the heart, expanding out, spilling over like lava, just full joyfulness, elevated emotion, cascading out into your body, filling your limbs, filling your legs, filling around the chakras, your base chakras in your torso, filling up your chest. Beautiful golden light, joy that's coming into your world, filling up your arms, coming up your throat, empowering that throat space to speak your truth today, filling up your head. This third eye, activating your intuition, that inner voice that already knows the truth of who you are, the truth of what would bring your life truly alive. Imagine this golden light cascading out your headspace, that crown chakra like a fountain. There is an abundance of possibility, of love, of joy and laughter available in your world now. Nice breath. Bringing that here now. So I wanted to spend, it's about 9, I want to spend about 7 minutes just walking us through an exercise to get clear on the different aspects of our life. And I just want to stretch what's possible, because I don't know if you're all readers like me. Gay Hendricks is somebody else that I adore, and his book, The Big Leap, is all about the many different ways in which we put a glass ceiling on what's possible. So much of that is from our childhood programming of what we've experienced up to till now, what our parents were ever capable of receiving. I want to be able to just stretch this out. Our possibilities truly are limitless when we reconnect with the source. I like to think of this vertical access, allowing us to tap into the source of infinite potentiality. I can just hear Deepak Chopra, the field of infinite potentiality. So let's activate that a little bit. Take that image. But it's interesting because we have the glass ceiling from our own individual experiences in the world, but then we've also got this collective feminine story that we are here. Now the world needs a gift that only women can bring. So us stepping boldly into our power and recognizing it's time for us to speak our voice. It's time for us to receive in bigger ways than we ever have. It's time for us to be seen as an authority and find that change that you want to make in your life and be willing to dive into that. So this can look on so many different levels. So I want to just walk through a quick exercise. I'll identify different aspects of our life. And if you've got a sheet of paper there, just be ready to write kind of like rapid fire to capture all the different things that you would like to call into your life. Actually, let me pick on someone. Diane, since you're here. Diane's in Virginia. So tell us some of the things that you'd like to call into your world next, that you were thinking about putting on your vision board, what that might look like for you.
Oh, that's so funny. And I know we just talked about this because I was just trying to keep my mind very blank to see what came to me in the moment when we first started. But yeah, I think one of the things I've been wanting is more freedom. Really been wanting to bring in more freedom, just more of that quality in my life. And I'm not even sure that I care how it shows up, but just wanting to experience more freedom. And I mean, even just like creatively, right? Like more creative freedom, more self-expression, more of that in my writing. So that's a big one.
Yeah. And I love that. So what do you have an image now that's coming to mind that you would put on your board or to represent freedom?
Oh, I think one of the things I've been wanting is more freedom. Really been wanting to bring in more freedom, just more of that quality in my life. And I'm not even sure that I care how it shows up, but just wanting to experience more freedom. And I mean, even just like creatively, right? Like more creative freedom, more self-expression. So that's a big one. Yeah, probably, right? Like I'm thinking, because I'll probably build mine in Canva. I don't know if that's what we did last year. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's what yeah. So I was thinking about like what would I type in the search for the photos and stuff. And yeah, probably. Well, and this is the joy of Canva, right? Like I would probably type in freedom and type in writing and see what photos come up. Like what do they think freedom is? And because I mean it could be a plane ticket, it could be um I don't know, pajamas during the work week,
I
it could
love that.
be,
Could be
I don't know,
fuzzy
like
zippers or slippers.
right, right. I mean, could be. So yeah, so I'm just open at this point.
Okay. And Rochelle, is that how you pronounce your name? Yeah, tell us what's happening in your world.
I like all of the ones that Diane just mentioned. Oh my gosh, staying in bed for like the first part of the morning just appeals to me so much, especially like with the weather the way it is right now and not feeling well. Um, I creativity sounds so appealing to me. That's one of the things that I'm really trying to touch upon because I feel like I've never really been very creative, and I'm trying not to say that because it's like taboo to me. And so when I said that to a few people, they're like, "Don't say that because it just um like the more you say that, the more you are." You know what I mean? So you're supposed to
Yeah.
say
And
the opposite.
and it's interesting because we can acknowledge it at the same
Mm.
time and use a little preverb, if you will, and just say, up until now, I haven't explored my creativity.
Oh, that is lovely. I love that.
Yeah.
Up until now, yes. So up until now, I
Yeah.
haven't.
And it's cool
So
because it emphasizes the decision at this moment now. We have a choice moment to moment. Oh yeah. And
that is a good.
here's a big one, women were such good caretakers. And so we get a lot of joy from that too. And yet we've been doing it to excess. And that's one of the big shifts right now is that we need to actually put ourselves, and it's almost like, oh, I just forgot to be as compassionate and caring to myself as I've been to everybody else. So rather than having to go on this big, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me that I'm not prioritizing? No, I just forgot. I'm putting myself at the front of the list, and we get to prioritize ourselves again and include ourselves in that great caring and compassion and just the things that we would do for other people, we get to do for ourselves. And it's actually imperative because it sets the tone for that level of vibration at which you're going to be able to create or attract in. So yay, this is good.
And
Create.
you said it perfectly for me. I think that's exactly what my board wants. I want my board to be. I want it to be a design of my life going forward, a focus of what my new self-care, if you will, looks like. Because you said it, we're always so focused on others and not self-focused on caring for ourselves. And I think that's great when we're younger, but as we're getting older, it's not so great because we're run down and we're tired and we don't feel well and all of those things. So I love the way you put that. So I would like my board to be a picture of what my life looks like going forward and all of this health and happiness and joy and art and creation and all of it. So I love, but you were so articulate. Gosh, I love the way you said it.
Oh,
Beautiful. Thank
thank
you.
you. Well, and I want to emphasize something that you teed up right at the beginning. You said what my board wants. And this is another huge shift for 2023. We are all a part of a creative impulse in the universe. Like our universe is ever expanding and growing, and it's a greater and greater expansion of itself. And all too often, we're so busy in our day-to-day world, we think we're the ones who are creating it. We're looking through this little perspective. It's like, no, no, no. Remember, and that's part of the power we want to infuse in the vision board is recognizing we are part of this bigger evolutionary story. There is an impulse, we talk about the different levels of consciousness, and everybody here has done personal development work. So, back in the day, we used to be victims to like, the life is happening to me. And then we started to recognize as like, oh, wait a second, life is actually kind of happening for me. The universe has my back. And now the next step to that is to recognize that there's a creative impulse that is using us and expressing through us. through and as us. So we get to be kind of like the face of God, might be another way if you're not averse to the G word, but it's the creative intelligence is expressing through us. And so everything has a consciousness. And so your vision board actually takes on a life of its own. Your work gets to take on a life of its own. Your body, it has a consciousness all its own. So how are we communicating with our body? Becoming aware of the thoughts we're thinking on a regular basis is just an opportunity for us to lean in. And I like the word curiosity of, I wonder what it would be like to put myself first more often, or to love myself more deeply. I just haven't explored that much up until now. It's like we don't have to drag along women. Again, we're so strong in so many areas, and one of the ways we're strongest at is actually judging ourselves for all the ways in which we haven't done it. It's like, so how about a big wave? I'm going to take a magic wand and just say forgiveness and judgment is we're going to leave that behind in 2022. So that's an old story. So in this new year, we are going to honor ourselves and recognize the limitless potential that we have available to us. And our vision for plugging into that is clearer and clearer. So just wanted to, I'm going to run through. So we'll take 5 minutes and I'll hit on a different area of your life, and just want you to think, if anything were possible. Here's a good one. We just had that Mega Million, that lottery thing, and it was somebody won $1 billion. Joy, I think it was someone in California won $1 billion, $1 billion. So let's say that you're the one who won the $1 billion, and I'm going to go through each one of these life categories and have you write out, before our dying day, what would you like to experience? The master bucket list. And now we've got this $1 billion to fuel it. Anything is possible. And it doesn't have to be anything in the next year or two. I'm talking if you've got, let's say we've got in the next 20 years, like what would you do in each one of these areas? And I just want you to write just completely freeform, because there might be some things that will surprise you, that will surface. And it's actually pretty darn fun. So let's just start with health. And I'll give you about 30 seconds to write on each one of these, and just jot down just a word or so to capture that. How does your body look? How are you moving? Maybe it's a relationship with your body. I love my body. The next is self-care. How about relationships? Think about friendships, girlships, your love relationships. Think about the qualities of that relationship. Think about financial flow. How much money are you bringing in? But maybe there's essence qualities about that, of freedom. How much money are you saving? How much money do you have for retirement? How much money are you hanging on to with debt? Is that paid off? Are you investing in something fun and different? Are you contributing money in ways that are meaningful? Let's use that contribution word to segue into the next one. How are you contributing? Is there a certain type of organization you're called to, or a certain type of people? Are you volunteering your time? Are you traveling? Would you like to travel a month and go do mission trips, or go down to in Africa and help with the elephants or something? Maybe elephants need some love. You've got $1 billion. Go for it. How about your home environment? $1 billion. How many homes? That's a lot of millions. You could buy $1 million house in a couple different places with that. Or would you just, like me, I'd probably do a lot of updates to where I am. What are those updates? How would your house feel with those updates? Or how is that HGD? How is it feeling for me living in that HGTV dream home? Diane, the dream home this year is in Morrison, Colorado. Hey. Kiefer says, don't forget the pets in your life. Are there pets in your home? How about travel? Big one for us at this age. We're looking for creativity. We're looking for freedom and freedom to travel. Where would you go? How long would you go? $1 billion, man. You could spend the next year in Paris. I'm thinking Barcelona. Maybe not Barcelona, but Portugal. The $1 billion, you could bring other people along with you. What kind of experiences would you like to set up for yourself and for them? Now, with that $1 billion, you probably don't have to work, but now you get to choose to continue to give your gifts through your vocation. Buff out some of the details about what your work now looks like. What are the people are you having raving fans? What are they saying about you? How many days are you working? Maybe it's hold on. How many? I just got a vision to work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. This is my work week, so that I can have 4-day weekends every weekend. I'm a mountain biker, and that really excites me. Get my elderly dog a lower bed that he can get into on his own. Yeah. What are the gifts? What does it feel like when you're getting those testimonials, the feedback from the people that you're working with? Breathe that in. Just feel that. Doesn't that light you up? What emotions are you feeling through each of these? Is there a predominant emotion? Diane and I are on the same channel there with that freedom, creativity, joy, connection, a sense of empowerment. You are the author of this next great chapter of ours. And is there anything more you'd like to say as far as, oh, how about adventure? Is there anything specific about your sense of purpose? What kind of difference are you here to make in the world? Like Stephen Covey talks about, begin with the end in mind. What would you like people to be saying about you when you kick the bucket? Or having a celebration of your life, what would you want them to be saying? What music are they playing? If you were to channel your inner Betty White, someone who is vibrant and alive, giving to the causes that are important to her, like dogs and the animal shelters, joyful, 99, fully healthy and alive until she wasn't. And that's
Who was
just
that? I missed who that was. that
Betty
you mentioned.
White.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
All right. So that should be enough. I'll give you another second while I log into my Canva. So it's 9:40. What we'll do, I'll focus for like another 35 minutes. So I'll show you on Canva how to go in. Is everybody familiar with Canva? I feel like it's pretty common. Yeah. Rochelle, was that a kind of yes and a no?
I'm not a, this is Jill. I'm not familiar with it.
Okay. All right. It's pretty simple. So I'm going to share my screen.
I've heard that so many times. It's pretty simple. I keep waiting to get to the simple part. I did this background on my Facebook and I was so proud of it. I really was. It came out so nice. It took me 2 hours and I thought, oh, what the heck? And someone said, it'll get easier, Rochelle. It will. And I'm like, but it took me 2 hours, but I was so proud of it. So that's all that mattered, I think.
Yeah. I'm willing to help you afterwards too. Why is this not? What are you guys seeing right now? Is it sharing?
It's sharing. It's,
Okay. So you can see where, gosh,
We see your Canva account.
all right. Thank
is
you.
do we download this?
So you just log on to canva.com
Oh, okay.
and you sign up for a free account.
Okay.
Yeah. And check this out. So basically invites us right here. What will you design today? So there's two different ways we can do this. What I like about Canva is that you can go in here and do photo collage and it's going to show us all these amazing. Here's one that I did last year, the one with the heart. That's a good one, but actually I recommend that you do something that is a little simpler. So maybe no more than like 15 images, because here's the thing, what we're doing is using a visual image. They say a photo is worth 1,000 words or 10,000, whatever it is. It's worth a lot of words. Our brain thinks in images. So what we want to do is capture images like Diana, I'm just going to keep using you as an example because that word freedom is so important to us. But look at all these different options that we can choose from. So let's see. We want one that's going to have maybe a dozen different. Let's just go for this one for now. Well, I should tell you too that let's not choose that one because this is a paid one where there's you can see the ones that say pro down here are the ones that have our paid versions of it. So let's go back and just choose one that's free so that everyone, if you don't have a paid account, you can do that. But the powerful thing about Canva is that it's super flexible. You can just pick something that roughly captures what you're looking to do. Let's just do this one. And it's going to come in. It's got these boxes already dropped in here. And you can change these so simply by pointing to them. You can change the size of it. And we can also add words and images or other images to it. The cool thing is, so let's take this. Let's say you want to add some text at the beginning. You can either add a regular heading, or it's got different types of stylized words here, which are kind of fun. So let's say I want something kind of fun and different like that. It's dropped in really large here. So you just grab the corner of that and can make that smaller. You can drag it.
I missed what you clicked on for the
Okay.
words. I have the image now.
Yeah, can you see on the left-hand side, is it showing this?
I see that, but I'm looking at my own and
Oh,
I'm
okay.
trying to see how you got there.
Okay, so along the left, all the way left-hand column on the, let's run
Oh,
down these.
text. There it is. I see
Yeah.
it.
So
Okay.
there's templates, there's different elements that you can add on, uploads, and this is really cool. Let me just run through what these commands are over here. You might have seen my ad that I did with Albert Einstein. So I uploaded this image. I searched on Google and I found that image of him, and in this where it says uploads, you can upload a file, and I had downloaded it. So you'll see Albert in here. Well, here's all kinds of stuff that you can upload and add that image. Here's text you can add, and there's, like I said, at the top of this is a scroll. You can either add a heading. So maybe we want to add a heading in here that is 2002-3 vision board. And you don't have to worry how it comes in initially, because you can highlight this text. And I want to make this, let's say I want to make this white so that it's going to go on that bar at the top. Da, da, da. So I just made it white by clicking on this color here. And then you can also shrink that by just grabbing the box or making it smaller. And then this little cross allows you to, oops, grab it and drag it up. I don't, come on. There we go. So say I want to make this, I don't like round. When I clicked on this color box, you can see how the color is up here is telling me that that's brown. Zoom window keeps being in the way. I like purple. Let's do purple. That's more me. And you can change the size of that. Let's say I want to continue. You can either make it smaller by dragging the box, or you can play around with the text size up here. You can change the font if you wanted. Look at all the different fonts that they've got in here. Just, I mean, literally hundreds of different fonts that you can choose. Or the other thing is, like I said, you can scroll down and it gives you different combinations of fonts. Parmesan cheese looks like fun. And you can change that color, change the size, change this to be. And here's something I recommend that we all put on our vision board is I am a master manifester, or something along the lines. What we want to do is have a visual reminder on a regular basis that we are connected. We are connected to a bigger source, and we're recognizing on a daily basis that I have the power within me to create the stuff that's here. So essentially, the first thing you'll want to do is go on and grab any photo collage that you want, and then start adding the pictures. So here's, I'm sorry, I need to continue going down here. Here's the photos. And this is where Diane was talking about we can put in the word freedom. interesting to see. Oh, these are pretty. You can see lots of these. The ones that have the pro under here are paid images. So unless you've already got a paid account, you might want to just choose her instead. If you wanted to specifically put her into one of these boxes, you simply grab her and drag her over until it drops into the box that you want her in. If you drop it, they automatically cropped it like that. So you might, like when I used, let's go back to Albert. If I wanted to crop him specifically, it might, like if I dragged him, like it might come in like that, but I might want to focus in on a certain part of him. You can also, there's a cropping tool and you can crop it however you want and then put it into the space. Does that make sense? It's hard for me to navigate around because the Zoom window's right where the cropping thing is, but what I can do is do a share, allow everybody to share, so we can take like 35 minutes right now to focus in on this, and we'll get as far as we can get. You'll likely get most of this done because it's just so easy. Like I said, the other thing, you can source the pictures from right here, or you can go ahead and Google pictures. So for me, if I wanted to vision, I want to get out and be speaking more, and I'm here in front of a large crowd or something like that, I can go on Google and find an image that matches that kind of a thing. Peggy Lee, is there something in particular that you're thinking of that you'd like to make sure you're capturing on your board? Oops, you're muted.
Yeah, I thought I took it off. I have quite a few things on here, but I want to kind of group them together under time, money, ease, health, and then talk about some of the things that you mentioned while we were doing our writing. So,
Awesome.
and I have a list of like grandkids and things like that. So.
Yeah, some people kind of like to do theirs almost like in quadrants, so that there's, like you said, they're grouped, and here's time, and here's the kiddos, and here's the business. So that's another way to think about it. Or you might want to just add it. I don't know if you can see here, is add a page for now, a blank page. And this would be the other way. You can either start with a photo collage. I like it because they've got beautiful layouts and it's aesthetically pleasing. Another way would be just to start with a clear page. Or you might want to do a combination of both, is just think of some of the pictures that you want and use this as a dropping zone for now, and say, I want to be hiking. Oh, in the photos, let's see what they've got for, actually, I want to go to Portugal. Let's see what they got for Portugal. Oh, this is not bad. And just start dropping your pictures there for now, and just drop them, and you'll have a heap of them. It's kind of like cutting out, the equivalent of cutting out from your magazine. Now you got your stack of photos, and then you can kind of get a sense of like, what, this is long and skinny, I'm going to have that front and center kind of a thing. The reason I just grabbed that as an example, the reason it had that hashtag is because that's a pro version. So here's what, you might go through and look for one that's free, or just go ahead and find something on the internet. That's maybe, wow, you got to pay for Portugal apparently here. There's one. We can go, oh, that's pretty. Yeah, we'll take that one. So yeah, so is everybody feeling comfortable to dive in with that?
Yep.
Okay. So what we'll do is till it's here in Mountain Time, it's 10 till 10. So at 10:20, I'm going to stop us because I want to talk about how it is we tap into the power of our vision boards on a regular basis. So awesome. So go forth and vision. And feel free to chit chat while we're here. I guess I'll go ahead and make mine too. I didn't think about that. I like this.
Kathy?
Yeah.
Do you find yourself creating like a different vision board kind of for different areas of your life? And the reason I'm asking is I've selected my template and I'm having a blast already, but the one that I selected, has say 8 or 9 slots or maybe 12 anyway. And it's not enough. So I would love to know how you did that bigger one, right? Did you just select that heart one?
Yeah, so go ahead. That was one of the templates in here, actually.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other thing is you can start, like, say, like I've got this one here and it's got, I don't know how many that is, 12. You
Yeah.
can still add more pictures right on top of these and cut these in half and add right in there. So if you like the look of this, you can do it that way, or just find a template that has more.
So when I tried to add a picture to the template, and then I wanted to move it to a different box, it didn't really fit into the box. Like it didn't drop into the box.
Yeah, so there's 2 ways to add a picture. You can either just click on it and it'll drop big, and that's going to be a separate thing. So let's say I wanted to add this as an extra box in addition to the other one, or so the second way would be you drag. So oh, there's my new boyfriend. How awesome. He's cute, isn't he? So let's say,
and he's on a mountain bike.
yeah, I'm definitely going for a mountain bike for this time. I learned my lesson. Okay, so oops. So you can move this
So see what
around.
happened? He's no longer like in a box.
He's in a box that I'm looking at. Let me,
Oh, well, I'm just confused, I guess. Like he's not in one of the preset boxes, I guess, is what I'm
I think
saying.
she means there's no margin, there's no white margin
Yeah,
around
there's
it.
no like, right. There's
oh,
no definition around him like there is around the other photos. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, so you want to maintain this white border. So are
Right.
you, where do you want the next picture to go? Let's put him back there.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's cool because the grid lines, it'll automatically kind of drop back to it. So what do you want to do? He looks kind of mean.
okay. So I'll keep playing around.
Wait,
Thanks.
no. Do you want to share yours and we'll
Sure. Let's see. You have to let me.
yeah, hold on. Okay, good.
Go ahead. All right. Here we go. Okay, are you seeing this?
Yes. Oh, I
So
love your horse.
Thank you. I popped in immediately. I'm a master manifester. And I found this really cool picture of like attracting money,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Because
cool.
I don't want to just have it, right? It's not for the sake of having it. I want the flow of it, right? And this looks kind of like my old horse. So who's passed. And I'll probably put an actual picture. Well, no, because he's gone. So no, I've got to move on.
Mm.
But and I want my living room to look like that. I want to travel. I'm going to Egypt, and there's just all these other things that are. This one I haven't replaced. That came with it, as did this one. But there are just so many different things that I want to like pop in.
So you like the look of having the borders, and you just want to be able to have more pictures.
Yeah.
So go up to the top left under templates, and it will
Gotcha.
yeah, look, there's
I
one.
guess so. I guess let me add a page.
Yeah, that's a good way to do.
So I guess I was afraid that these would just be too small to have meaning for me.
Right.
There were so many.
You're looking for one that kind of has one in between both of those.
Well, I'm old and I don't see tiny things. So I'm like, yeah, I probably need something more like that, right? Which is what I chose originally.
Yeah, and another technique, like you said, is not to put it all on one board. You might have 4 different pages. Like Peggy Lee was saying, maybe, here's my freedom one, here's my business one. Some people do it actually like in a book format. And so there's, multiple pages and you can have your visions on it like that.
Okay. Very cool. This is really awesome. This is really good.
And look how far you've gotten in 5 minutes.
I know, right? It was like, wow, you
And
know.
that's a power of Canva, is that you're going to attract some of this stuff right away. So you can easily change it. And what's cool is at the end of this, you can download your image, and that can become the image that you have on your computer desktop, or
Right.
you can make
Yeah.
different, you can resize it and have it be on your phone.
Yeah, sure.
For
Sure.
me, I print them out, and like I said, I put it on my bathroom wall. I actually have 3 different ones. So kind of to your
Mhm.
point, they turned out really cool. If you want to see.
Yeah. That's great. I'll and I'll just, you know, keep playing with this. And I mean, I'm pretty good with Canva, but I have never really done the photo collage or anything like that and tried to work with that. I've just used it, you know, for marketing.
I really like that money image. How did you find that one?
Typed in money
Oh wow. Okay.
like that. And well, that didn't work, did it? Oh, because I'm in templates. Wait a minute. So I went to photos and just
Oh
there.
wow.
Oh, it's a pro. It's a pro.
Okay.
I have a paid account. So that's what I just used, but I just scrolled down and there it was, you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys, and if y'all aren't familiar with Unsplash for free photos, unsplash.com is phenomenal. Anyway, just a thought.
Cool.
Okay, thank you. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get back to whatever
Is
it is I'm-
everybody else doing good, or any questions? Should we have some fun background music or something?
I'm for fun background music.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Hey, I don't know if anybody is interested in this, but kind of based on the question that she had, if you want to work with frames a little bit, you want to like really quick 30-second tutorial on how to work with frames in Canva. Is anybody at all interested in that? I think it might solve the border problem.
I
Maybe.
would if that's okay with Kathy.
Yeah.
Let's take because I can show you guys really, really quick, I think. And this was just one of the things that when I figured it out with Canva, it just kind of blew me away. Let me see if I can share my whole screen. All right, cool. Yay. Okay, so I think this was the template that she was working with.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And if you go in and create in one of the photos, you can like themselves and see how this weird guy behind them. That's technically a frame. You can adjust the size of these to be whatever you want. And then if you go back to, I got to move the Zoom chat around. If you go back to photos and click on any photo, it will drop it onto the top of the thing, and then you can just move it into whatever frame you want. It'll immediately put it in there, and that preserves the borders and stuff around it. And let's say you wanted to.
Can you stop 1 minute and show me how you got the funky cloud and green thing to appear?
Well, just delete the photo that's in there, and it'll pop up on these templates. So that's what they were using. But if you want to insert your own, you can go up here to click on elements on the left-hand side and then do a search name. And you'll see it's the first thing that comes up are these weird funky frames on the left-hand side. And you can say see all, and then there's just oodles of them. Whoops. Oh, there's the chat big. So you can just see there's just a bunch of them on the left-hand side. And if you click on one, let's say, oh, we want a circle frame. It's going to drop the frame in there, and then you can make it whatever size you want. And you can just like, we're going to put it right here and give it a little border. And then let's say we want to go back to London, because I was just putting London. Oh, gotta go to photos. I was just putting.
Oh, you hit text.
There we go. Yeah. Okay, so London, let's say we want this pretty River Thames photo in there. When you click on it, it'll bring it over there, and then you just click on it and move it in there, and it'll put it in there.
This is awesome. Thank you. You've just blown my mind as well.
I know,
So
it blew
awesome.
mine too.
Yeah,
As soon
thank
as I
you.
learned it, I was like, wow, I'll show you one more thing. So if this is cool and you want to know like the advanced frames trick, if
Yeah.
you click on it once, you can delete a photo. Or, you know, you can click on it to select it and then hit delete and it'll delete the photo. If you click on it twice, see how it kind of creates this weird, like this is the photo inside it. Let's say I really want to zoom in on Big Ben in this photo because, you know, you were saying
Mhm.
like, oh, I can't see anything on these little tiny thumbnails. Well, maybe
Right.
Big Ben is something you really want to like visit. Boom, there it is. And click enter and it'll
Wow.
stick it in there for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Anybody have questions?
It's Joy, I do. So I got I did the frame, but it's not sinking into that spot on the template. It's still on top of it.
Grab it with your mouse. So click on it with your mouse and you can move it over top of that frame and it should pop in when you look up.
I did that, but it's not popping in. That's the thing.
That's weird. You want to share your screen? Let me take a look real quick.
Sure. Let's see.
You got to stop sharing, Diane.
Oh, do I? I'm sorry. Sorry. Thank you. There we go.
Do you see it yet, or?
Yeah, I got you. Uh-huh.
So it's this right here. So I moved this here.
Uh-huh. Okay, perfect.
Just it's not popping in though.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So you want to put once the frame goes on the bottom. Then
Yeah,
you put
pull
the
your
in
picture
the
out to
frame.
the side. Yeah.
Yeah. Now grab the picture you want to put in there.
Oh, I didn't have a picture. Oh, I was gonna do this.
Oh,
Oh, it won't work. with
that's
text.
text won't. Yeah, you
That
need
won't
it.
work. Oh, okay.
That's a
So-
photo holder in essence.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I just need to get a picture, and when I put a picture in there, it'll pop in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
But is that your house?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I gotta find my dream house, the HGTV.
It's the best one so far. Anyway, I'm gonna do some work on that.
Thanks everybody. I just thought that would help. Thanks, Kathy.
Yeah, thank you. There's so much to it, you know, can continue to learn.
Hmm. It's me again. Diane, I tried doing that too, and I couldn't make the frame change on a photo I had already dropped in. I wanted to make my horse picture. I really didn't care. I just wanted to put a frame on it and see what it looked like. But it looks like I have to send it backwards. Is that what you're doing?
You have to put the frame on the bottom and then okay. And then when you picked up did you grab the photo with your mouse and then move it over the frame?
Well, I did, but I didn't move it from the selections on the left. I just moved it from what I had before.
That should have worked. That should have worked. Can I see?
Yep. So I was going to make this horse picture. I was just going to make it circle, right?
Mhm.
So I took him and just sort of moved him there for a minute. Put circle here.
Yep.
Got it smaller so it would fit, right?
Right.
And then I took this guy and tried to put him here. And
It's
then
'cause the
I
horse
did
is
it.
actually in a frame. The horse is
Yes.
currently in a frame, so you
Oh.
can't put a frame in a frame. So if you right click on the horse, I know there's some weird option. Let me move my chat out
Oh,
of the
there you
way.
go.
There you,
You
and then
did,
it pops
did
out.
it.
Attach image. I got you. And then I
Yep.
would remove this frame, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. You can delete that.
Gotcha. Okay. And then I've got my circle frame. So if, oh,
There
look,
we go.
thank
Yay!
you. I missed those steps. Thank you so much. That was
You're
awesome.
so welcome.
Look at that beautiful eye on that horse. Oh my
I
Lord.
know, it's,
That's awesome.
Okay. Sorry. Thank you so much. This
I
is
love your other
much
horse
fun.
too. Isn't it fun?
It really is. And it's fun doing it with you guys. Like I would get stuck. So I really appreciate seeing what y'all are doing and hearing about it and also getting the advice as I get stuck.
And to answer your question, one time I was had a class that I was doing and I made a vision board just for that. I should pull that up.
So now,
It was-
so that's a frame too. Yes.
Yeah.
Very cool. Thank you. All right. I'm done I'm gonna be quiet now for a few minutes anyway. Thank you. Oh, I'm still sharing, sorry. Okay. Oops.
Kathy, how did you say to shrink it down to get it into the picture? Because my I moved one photo and it's my entire collage.
Yeah, so when you dragged it, it just dropped into the box. That's the background. So
Yeah.
go ahead and delete it. You just drag it back and wait till you see it fill the grid spot. Does that make sense?
Oh no, and I deleted my whole thing. Now it just shows nothing. Okay. So,
Do you want to share your screen?
oh, and now it's back. Oh gosh. Okay. I have like a mess everywhere. Share my screen. Do I even know how to do that? I'm looking for like a button. Where would I look for it? Where would I find it? It's share. Hold on a second.
On the bottom menu.
Yeah, I have to go back to this one here. Okay, so share. Oh my goodness gracious. This one here. Can you see it?
Not yet. You might need to hit confirm one more time that you're sharing.
It looks like
Oh.
it's. Oh, is that it?
I approve of the image. That looks lovely. Yeah, so delete it for now. Your image.
That one.
Did you start from a blank page?
I started from the collage. Can you see what I'm doing?
Yeah, there's a little delay, so hold on.
So I started from like one, like, oh, I don't know, like one like this.
Okay.
But then when I went to put the picture over, it just took up the whole sheet.
Yeah,
It
so
did,
you just let go of it a little bit too early, and so it put it where that tan background is, it just dropped it
yeah,
there. So just
okay.
hold on to the picture until you see it. Go ahead and try it now. Find your picture. We'll do
So
it
then,
together.
okay, let me see. What did I have? Oh my
Well,
gosh.
go to photos first. Go to photos first. On
Oh,
the
I
left-hand side.
didn't do that. Oh, so
Where
there is no photos on the left side.
that's weird. Click off to this side and let that's
You
weird.
see, right? Am I weird?
Yes, yes, you're weird.
I am. See, I knew that I was. Yeah.
Start just clicking around, like click over to one of the photos in your in your board and see if it comes back. That's so strange.
Well, what does this do? There's photos there. Hmm. Well,
Oh, somehow it got moved from
oh,
your. All right, well,
that was
there you have
weird.
it.
Hmm.
We're saved.
Right, that was really strange. Well, I'm glad that I'm not very, yeah, I don't know what that was. Okay, so I'm just gonna use this one for fun. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll use this one. Okay, so I'm gonna, nope, that's a pro. I can't. Next. Oh, let go. Okay, so this one, if I hold it and then I come over here and
Wait, it's
something,
already given you like a
let's put
Command
that,
Z, Control Z. You can undo. There you go.
okay, so
So
let's put
just
that
hold on
back.
to it until you see it drop into one of the boxes.
Okay. Oh, no, I can't. So I'm like, okay, I'm afraid to try it. I don't think the picture's gonna make a difference.
Yeah, keep going over.
Okay,
Keep
okay.
hang on to
So,
it. Hang on to it until it. There you go.
and okay, okay. And I can't really tell because they all look the same now.
What do you mean it all looks the
Well,
same?
because they have the sky. I wanted the beach, you know. So like this one has the sky, and so it's like, so this is the right picture though. It did drop into it, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right, okay. Now that I know how to do that, I'm good. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the share.
I'm stuck again. Y'all,
Okay.
I can't do these element things. I'm gonna share my screen one more time. I'm so sorry, but so I keep trying to get this horse into a specific frame. So I was gonna put a frame down here. Wait a minute, not down there, but like there in the white space. So I deleted all of the frames, right? And I wanted to use like this little graphic, right?
Yeah.
And I was going to change the color because I don't like that color very much. So
It's not going to have a color.
Well, it can.
And
Oh.
that's no, it's not that's actually not a frame. That's not one of
Oh,
the
an
frames.
element.
It's just that's just a shape. Now, it's kind of a cool background, that you could use behind stuff if you wanted to,
Oh
but
no,
it's not. You've got to pick one of those elements that has that land and sky thing going on.
Like one of
So
these.
type in the search bar frames.
Okay, I did that.
Okay, there you go. Now see on the top, say see
So
all.
I see. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
That's specifically what those look like. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Now I know what I was doing wrong. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
bet.
Here's one that I had done. I was launching. Oh, I was doing a day retreat and I just wanted to tap into the essence of what I wanted, really get clear on the intention that I wanted people to experience while they were there. So for me, I wanted to feel grounded, alive, and unshakably free, joyful, abundant. There's a little ganache. This was wisdom. This was the connection that the ladies would be having. And this was the name of the workshop. So just a quickie, but enough to get kind of a visual pop of the essence that I wanted to call in.
Kim said she's done. Can we see hers?
Yeah,
Will you share, Kim?
sure. She's been awfully quiet.
I know. She's been busy.
Well, I have little kids in the background that are noisy, and that's not very serene and calming. So I had it muted. I'm not sure how to share.
On the bottom of this,
Oh,
right in the middle, it's a green button, says share. So you hit it the first time and then just hit screen. On the bottom right hand side, it'll have another share button. So you kind of have to agree to share twice.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. That
I
is
was gonna
awesome.
say,
That's
I was gonna
great.
say overachiever. My goodness, I was right. That is absolutely gorgeous.
Holy cow.
oh,
With
thank you,
children,
guys.
and I have one picture, and she has children, and she's got a board completely done, and it is amazingly beautiful. I am so inspired. My goodness.
Thank
Me
you
too.
very much. What I was
Oh.
focusing on is what I was going to manifest this year and focus on this year. And I feel like I really wanted to hone in on the family, my health, and traveling, and success and inspiring myself, towards my health and my next journey in life and my profession. So that's kind of where I was at. And then I have this picture, baseball pitcher in the left-hand corner because my son is a pitcher in high school and competitive baseball. And I want to really focus on helping him succeed in life and excel through baseball. So I added him in there as well.
Awesome.
Oh,
Wow.
amazing.
And were each of the words like love and family, those were you found in the text?
Yeah, so I went to the
Items?
elements and there's like this graphics thing and you can put like motivational quotes and like stuff like that will pop up. So like here's inspire and I brought it over here for me to have courage to jump over hurdles and be inspired to, move on to the next chapter in life. But yeah, you can type in whatever you want here and it'll bring up stuff under graphics.
Awesome.
Wow.
Exceptional.
Thanks for letting me share.
Thanks for sharing. Are you kidding?
I just got this like huge like fullness in my heart looking at them. I mean, this gives like new meaning to inspiration. I just want to say thank you so much, Kim. That's amazing.
Oh, thank you. That was very sweet. Thank you for letting me share and open up.
Yeah. And Kim, if you wanted to put actual pictures of you and your honey, so you don't have it doesn't really matter. What we're after is the energy of that togetherness. But if, there's a picture that really conjures that up for you of you and your husband, you can drop that actual picture in there.
Yeah, if you saw, I actually have, that is me and my husband here.
Oh,
And that's my family.
oh my gosh, you are so good.
Yeah. So actually, this is our 10th year anniversary, and we want to go to Hawaii to renew our vows. So I added that on my board.
Sweet.
Yeah. So I did add the family. They're there.
See, now I have chills. That's why I'm saying I didn't even question that. I saw that and I was like, this is totally her. She's like, I'm in awe. Right, Laura? Right? Blown away. Totally in awe. I have chills. I'm like,
Oh, well, I hope
and
it
this
inspires.
is your vision board. It's not even mine. It's your vision board. And it gave me that feeling. And so what Kathy said about the energy totally works. Because I'm just like, oh man, the power. I am super excited about doing mine now.
Oh, yay. I'm so excited you're inspired.
Yes.
So much love.
So let's use that as a segue, because what this it truly is not necessarily like when we have an ask of the universe, we don't want to limit it. You know, back in the day, I remember I'd have friends who would say, "Oh, I want, this relationship with Jim to work out." It's like, well, the universe has limitless possibilities for us. So we want to capture the essence of love, or that lifelong love with her and her husband. It's like that represents not just that one thing. It's an essence that we're calling in, that intimacy, the love, the celebration together. So rather than thinking of this as an individual thing, like I'm going to Portugal once, it's like this is the essence of traveling the world for me, the freedom to spend. I want to be able to travel and do my work from anywhere. And I'll be working my 3 days a week. So when I'm in Portugal and spending 3 months at a time in Europe, so I'll have a train on mine. I'll have, the things that capture the essence of that. And this is an invitation for us to step into embodying the energy of that which we are calling in. And we do that, the pictures capture an essence, and then we want to call in that essence and embody that. So it's awesome to be able to use these and tap into this. It's like you're recharging your phone. We want to plug into that vision energy regularly. And so that's why I choose to have mine in my bathroom. So when I'm brushing my teeth in the morning and in the evening, I intentionally take time to face my board and call that energy in. Who do you have to be the woman that's working 3 days a week or celebrating, what is the essence of who you are becoming in order to, so then we become the vibrational match that it's able to come to us. I think, I don't know if you've had experiences before where you've tried to manifest something and it's not quite coming in. The reason that is that there is a block on some level. Maybe you're not believing it, and on some level we have all that subconscious chit chat going on, and that's what we need to go in and clear up. So if you're recognizing that there's things that you've been asking for over and over again that isn't coming to fruition, it's because on some level there is a block. And so that's the kind of work that I do with people. We go in and into that subconscious and try to get to the pee under the mattress, if you will. What is that core belief? And as women, when I do sessions with people, it's always oftentimes very similar themes of I'm not enough, I'm not deserving, it's not safe to be, that audacious and big or seen or these kinds of things. And so you can use that as kind of like we said at the beginning of using the emotion as the litmus test. Are we on track or are we not? We can use the picture, like, are you aligned with this vision or not? So the 3 elements for transformation of calling in this big thing. We just did the first one, which is creating this big juicy vision. Now plug into that regularly. The second thing is to release any of the things that would block you from being the vibrational match to that. So is it thoughts? Is it stuff that you're not willing to do? Is it, are there people in your environments or, regularly that maybe you're needing to grow up and away from? They say you're the average of the 5 people you're hanging out with. So let's make sure that you're surrounding yourself energetically, creating the environment that allows that in. Is your space too cluttered? Is there old stuff you need to let go and move through so that you're making space for this newness? So we've got the vision, and we release the blocks, and then on the third is the act of becoming that. So that is the simple practices. Now, how are other ways? And I'd like to hear from you. Maybe are there ways that you can practice this visioning? For me, we've created that intention. Okay, I want to have this international travel, being able to do my business anywhere. Then I get to recognize within myself, am I believing that? On a scale of 1 to 10, how real does that feel for me? Actually, I've done a lot of work around this, so I'm pretty high. The next thing is then to give can you get that to a point of knowing that that's going to be true for me? And I'm going to set that as a real intention and not just put this on a board and have it go away and into a drawer. I want to visit that and be committed to my intention. So are there now other things, you know, do I need to start studying about Europe? Do I need to, you know, change the format of my business so that I can work on different time frames that, you know, there'll be a time change versus being here in Colorado. What are those things that we need to shift and adjust? The art of becoming that on a regular basis, we want to then infuse it with gratitude. Like, this is exciting. I know I can have this. And in La Femme Salon, one of the things we do is use the power of the brain, and we celebrate now anytime we see any of the little evidence that this is happening. So we do a little celebration. It's happening. It's happening. So we've got part of the brain, it's called the reticular activating system, that is always, it's like a pattern finder. So its natural proclivity is to look for ways to keep us safe, because on a very primal level, we want to make sure we're safe. So it's going to default. If we're not giving it a job, giving it a pattern, we want it to recognize. We want to now give it a pattern, which we've just done visually with the vision board. Now I want to set an intention of getting to Europe and doing my business remotely. So if there is something like, Facebook's probably been listening to us, so maybe I'll get an ad about Portugal, or I'll get an ad about, you know, internet speeds internationally, or, you know, my satellite service that I'll need. These things, when the breadcrumbs start appearing, which they will, take each one and just explode that with the biggest gratitude, celebrating it's happening. It begins to rewire your brain to say, oh, she likes that. Let's give her more of that. And it begins to train your brain to call in more and more of that. Everything that we're seeking, that we're desiring, is available. It's around us right now. Your brain is doing its best job based on the programming we're giving it with, okay, I got to be safe, or I got to be small, or I got to be something. Now we're giving it a new program. I'm going to be big. I'm going to be bold. I got this big, bold, beautiful life I want to step into. It's going to start giving you things that match that pattern. Does that make sense? Yeah. So it's super, super powerful. And again, we're all of a certain age. We have been collecting evidence to the contrary, that our dreams aren't possible, that we're not the ones to make it happen. And I would highly recommend, yes, we're well seasoned. I like that. And I would like to invite anyone who is looking now to take this vision and make it happen. We need to begin to repattern our brains over time. I do individual sessions, and I look forward, Kimberly's going to be starting with me, so this will be fun. I've got an exact vision of what you're looking to call in. So I do coaching practices, but in individual work. But one of the things I'm passionate about is my 10-week program. It's La Femme Salon, and I want to pull apart what makes it successful, whether this isn't a pitch fest, but I want to tell you about the elements that go into making this successful, and why it is you become, at the end of the 10 weeks, energetically different, so that you're calling in the one, you are the one calling in what it is that you want. We need to create an environment like this where we're celebrating on a regular basis that it's happening. We need to begin to rewire that belief factor that we are capable of the ones. We need to go in individually and find what our P is under the mattress. And you can kind of do this on your own to some extent, of like, oh, here's something I've been wanting for a while. What is it that's keeping me? And do some journaling around that. That's a way. But we go in deep with energetic practices to kind of unearth some of that, recognizing the patterns. We need to begin to, and in women, we're so good at kind of putting that glass ceiling on ourselves. This 2023 is the year of the woman. We need to expand what we've our level of self-esteem, that level of self-talk we're having in our own right here. What is I saw a great quote from Neville Goddard this morning. He was saying that the world is basically a mirror for everything that we're doing inside of us. And so recognizing that what's showing up, we get to embrace that and know that it's an invitation to up level what's going on in here. So the elements that makes La Femme so important is that we go back kind of like in a timeline exercise and recognize the elements that have the deciding factors in our lives. That we might look at them as crash and burn times, but if we go back and string those together into the bigger storyline of what we've experienced in our life and who we've become up until now, and then connect that with this future vision of who you are becoming, the one that's living all that stuff you just put on your vision board, become really intimately familiar. She has an energetic imprint, and pull that back into the now. At the same time, we're taking the amazing woman you've become, celebrating all the wins, recognizing how you've overcome those things in the past, and recognizing some of the protection mechanisms that we've been using that got us here. Yay, it helped us survive those crash and burn times, but also now coming to a clear choice point. Do you want to be close-hearted so that you're not broken-hearted again? Do you want to play small so that you're not risking being seen in the world, or whatever that is for you? And then again, just the repetition, where there's rewiring the brain for success. So we didn't get here overnight. This is an accumulation of patterns that we've accumulated over time. It doesn't go away overnight either. So La Femme Salon's kind of like entering this little alchemic chamber for 10 weeks in a circle like this, where other women are well seasoned and experienced in personal growth. We take all those things that you've done, because we've all done stuff. It's like, let's take that, put it into context that's going to work for you, because it's super individualized. The things that work for you, like Kim's a mom, she's going to have different constraints on her time. So we'll find ways to help her plug in energetically, because that's the shift that needs to happen. How can she, with her busy mornings, busy work schedule, find time to plug in like the phone and recharge into this vision, recognizing she is becoming the future self that she's desiring, and that already lives within us. What we're doing is really just cultivating, allowing that to blossom out and through us, because you already are that woman. We just want to eliminate those things that's keeping our perspective like this. We want to open that back up and build that confidence from within. So it's like, oh yeah, I am having that big, bold, beautiful life that it's calling me. This is a soul thing for us at this point in time. Our heart is desiring to express in brand new ways that are different. So this life stage is about connection and community and contribution. So we need to see ourselves in new and fresh and powerful ways. So anyways, that's the kind of thing that you want to build in for your own life experience. And La Femme Salon's an amazing journey. So if that is of interest to you, let's set up a call and see if it's a good fit. Oh, the other thing I'm super excited about is I've got a retreat coming up. It's my first, and this is kind of just one of those funny manifestation stories of how we do this, because we have these things that we think we'll do in a certain order. And for me, this retreat is an example of that, where I thought I was going to get all this other stuff, and I will do it after I've got these other things in place. Well, no, all of a sudden I found the place, and I'm like, okay, I'll still wait. And no, I'm just like, everything fell into place. So my first retreat's going to be January 5th through the 8th. And it's here in an amazing Indian territory, this hot springs that is just up in the gorgeous Rocky Mountains. And so I'm excited about that. That's a different way to kind of delve in for a deep immersion kind of experience, to do this kind of process of the visioning, releasing what doesn't work, and yet setting up then practices like what does that look like for you moving forward and beyond this, how you're being that future you on a daily basis and plugging into that every day. So anyways, thank you. This has been my sheer delight to share this process with you. And I would love if you would share your vision boards when you get them done. If you'll send them over, I would love to see them.
Thank you, Kathy. This has been great.
Can we see those who haven't shared yet?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Peggy Lee, have you shared
Mine's
yours?
not very far along.
I haven't. That's why I asked. I want to see. I want you to see
Well,
mine.
let's see yours. Come on.
I'm not proud. I'm not happy
Well, you
because
saw mine. I
usually
couldn't even.
Well, I get into these things and it's just like, and I remember when I did the cut and paste one, it was just like, it was so stressful for me. It was just like, I can't do this. I don't know how to do this. I'm not artistic. I don't know how to put things together visually.
Mm.
And then I put all that aside. And this time it was easier to do with the Canva.
Yeah.
And so let me share mine. And this is what I came up with. And I already changed out a couple of things, but this is what I got.
Peggy Lee, you just hit on another big thing. Oh, wow. Look at that.
I love it.
Give us a tour of this. We're going to Austria.
We're going to Austria and Switzerland, and I'm taking my family on a Hawaiian vacation. It's with joy and happiness. I got to get happiness on there, and everything is done with loving and believing. That is my favorite saying is believe. I believe. It's not silly. I believe. And so it's places that I want to go. And like you, Kathy, I have already decided that I'm working only Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Awesome.
And I can work anywhere around the world and need where I be. I can be with my grandkids. I can be anywhere right now and do my work because that's where I'm in virtually. You see at the top, it's the fruits and the vegetables, for and eating a healthier way of living. Winning big in the Powerball, in the lottery. That is a dream of mine. I am putting that on my list for 2023, that it will happen. It doesn't necessarily have to be the big jackpot, but anything big I will take. Jackpot would be great. Then I could do all of my work. I could finally create my Courageous Women Writers Foundation and get that started. And I gotta spell that correctly. And where women especially can come in and write their stories. And because we need women's stories and we need to share our stories. The Master Manifester, I want a vacation home. My husband wants a cabin in the woods. I would like to have the beach. There's just, so much. My grandkids, that's the center in the center picture is being with family because they are my center and they are my world. So that is what I put together. So thanks for letting me do this. Thank you. This is great. I love it. This is fun.
Yeah. I can share mine. Mine's not quite as done.
I want to see. I can't quite leave, but I gotta go. I want to see.
Oh no.
See mine? Can you see mine? No.
Not
No.
yet.
All right. Wait
It's
a minute.
tricky
Go
because
back.
in the bottom right-hand corner, you have to hit share again. So
Yeah.
See. Oh, that's what I missed. Yeah. Okay. There. So I just
Nice.
so I got I'm almost halfway done with it. And these are the work I do is the 4 different quadrants: health and well-being, love and relationships, vocation, and time and money freedom. So,
Oh,
I'll put my
okay.
travel pictures in here and my attracting money and me speaking and leading groups, etc. here. And I got one there, special someone, special
Love
guy. And I want to find a picture of a couple eating dinner, dining, but I wasn't able to quite figure out how to shrink it the right way. This one, everything else shrunk properly, and then this one, it was just too big. I don't know what I did wrong. I have to play with it.
yeah, if you get stuck, I'd be happy to help you, Alexandra.
Oh, thank you.
Looks
Thank
good.
you.
Hi guys, I gotta run.
Looks good.
Bye,
Okay.
Laura.
This is great.
All right. Bye, Laura.
Stop sharing.
Bye, Laura.
Bye, Laura. But this
I
has
don't
been
want to be
great.
mindful of your time. I'd love to stay on and see, and if you got to hop, that's cool too. But I'd love to see everybody's boards. So fun, isn't it?
I can show mine
Okay.
if somebody wasn't up next. Let me see. Yay.
This is so fun.
It
Isn't
I
is.
know, isn't it
Everybody's
cool?
is so
This
so
is.
different and fun.
Oh,
Oh
Oh,
my God.
wow.
So this one's mine. I loved I think it was Kim who put all the words on, and I was like, that's
Yeah.
brilliant. So I did that. And the biggest thing was what I did this year that's different than what I've done last year is I really am intending this year for money to be separate and apart from what I am doing all the time. I don't want I just want to disconnect from this feeling of I'll get more money when I work more. I want money to be coming in all the time, whether I'm working or not. And so I made the money picture I had kind of transparent and
I
put it
love it.
behind everything.
Oh,
love
it's in the
That's like the
background. Yeah.
background that you see is like money raining from the sky behind like all of these
I love
pictures.
it,
So
yeah. Yeah, the money is supporting it all, yeah.
And what's the
Right.
thing? How do you get the little sparkles at the top? The little, it looks like gold coins.
the gold stuff and the little gold splashes, I just put in, that's a part of my brand too. That's why I put all this in here. It's from my business. I go into elements and then do a search for gold or like glitter or paint or anything like
very
that.
cool.
I think I actually searched for gold paint to get these. So yeah.
Nice.
So
Very
that's
nice.
just yeah, travel and my like fun house and my piano I'm gonna practice one day. No, really, I mean it. And yeah.
But you are.
But I am. That's right. I'm doing it already. So anyway, thanks. Anybody else?
I can share mine. So I haven't gotten so far as the words yet, and I'm probably going to replace a lot of these, but I just want to be dancing through the year, be joyful and in movement, and do a lot of speaking and have collaboration with people to work together, because I tend to be by myself a lot working, and it's not the best for me. Massages and self-care and sauna, and the food here, these are the self-care elements. We want to move this year, and I want to have more nature around me and we love to hike and be in nature. So that's that. And then friends, and have more, since COVID, we've been kind of fallen into being really not isolated, but just not enough in-person connection with people. So I want more
Right.
group enjoyment, and I draw all that I desire to me.
I like
So just piles of money. I want to go to Finland, and this is what came up, which is the Northern Lights. And travel a lot. And this is just the love of myself and my core. And then we don't have pets, but if we have a house like that, then we can have a dog. So that's it.
That's a cute picture.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
awesome.
It is.
Love it.
We've all seen that face before, haven't we? Our dog owners.
Like,
Yeah.
like,
That's that
are you
feeling
there?
I want from a dog. It's, I love you.
Here's one.
Oh,
Got her about 3 weeks ago. She's a puppy from Puerto Rico, rescued from Puerto Rico.
Oh, so sweet.
I have to find out how to help her with trauma. I'm guessing she was a street puppy. She's very afraid of hearing a garbage truck, or even if I open the refrigerator, metal clanking really upsets her. So I've got to see what I can do. Other than that, she's great otherwise. I just have to always be prepared when there's a sound about to happen. Yeah.
What's her name?
It's Sky Bella. Sky Bella. Kind nickname for my grandson, who loves Paw Patrol, and one of his favorite characters is Sky, who's a little dog, looks just like that. And I just didn't want it one syllable, so Sky Bella.
Alexandra, I'll donate a session. I can do emotional release for pets too.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, I would love that. Oh, beautiful.
Diane,
I'll
I
reach
was going
out
to ask.
you.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead.
That's okay.
Diane, I was going to ask, can I see yours again one more time, please? I had a question.
Rochelle, I'm going to call you out on something.
Oh, yeah.
For 2023, what would it be like to live unapologetically?
Oh,
And it's not you, it's a female thing. Like, we were born into apologizing. Hey, I'm sorry to bother you, or I don't mean to cut in, or that kind of a thing. it's our year, so we get to leave that behind in 2022.
Right?
Just an invitation. You can take it or leave it.
No, thank you.
I love
I'm gonna consider it seriously. I meant to ask the words that you got on the thing. Did Kim say it was an elements?
Yes, I went into elements and then I put in motivational words or motivational quotes.
Okay.
I actually tried them both.
Oh, I like that.
So then the background, like when I did mine, my accident, when I put that whole thing, the whole beach,
Yeah.
did you, when you did the dollar sign, did you lay the pictures over it individually? Or how did you do the background of the dollar?
Of the dollar signs, I just, when I got the picture in there, I just right clicked and said, well, now it's attached to the background, but I just right clicked and said, send to back, and it put it behind everything.
This is after you laid the pictures?
Yeah, it was kind of in the middle of it, actually. I kind of,
Okay.
it was one of the middle steps. I found that picture and I was like, that's great. Where do I want it? And I was like, oh, shoot, I want that in the background. I want that everywhere.
I love that, but
Yeah.
maybe that might be a little too advanced for me, maybe in the beginning. But
No,
I
it's
love
not.
that.
No,
No,
it's
it's
not.
no, it's not.
We'll do it with this Prague picture right here. So this picture I have of, or not Prague, this is Minneapolis, because I actually think I want to move to Minneapolis.
Huh.
So I can't quite see the edge of my, oh no, it's there because I'm working with Zoom here. So I'm just going to put it, I'm just going to make it big.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm just going to say, well, I don't understand what that is about. Why did it do that? Okay, so now I'm just going to right click on it and say send it back. And there you go.
Oh,
And it made it the background. It put it behind and you can see it, it's peeking through everything else.
gotcha. Okay.
So it made it the background. And I will control V out of that.
And then how did you do it out of back? You right clicked again?
To get back to here, I just hit
Yeah.
Control Z, because that's undo.
Oh, Control Z is undo. Okay, gotcha. I liked how you did that. Okay, because I'm not too savvy on those, what do you call it? And I just thought that is very interesting. And I thought, you know what, maybe I want to do that with my own, but trying to toggle between the commands and all of that.
Yeah.
I usually get stuck and then I have to start all over. That's what takes me so long. So thank you for sharing. That is awesome.
Yeah, totally. Of course.
That is very
Well,
cool.
and remember too, that in the blue bar, we'll leave her example up. There's an arrow that goes to the left and to the right. That's
Mhm.
your undo and redo.
Ah, there it is.
Oh, undo and redo. Oh,
Yep.
snazzy.
So you don't need to know the shortcuts.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect. I got it. Okay.
And
I'm
you
gonna
can
get-
go back as far as you need to.
Okay. I'm gonna get this. I'm
And-
getting this in
Yeah,
2023.
Yeah, you can't really do it wrong. You can't destroy it. So
Right.
that's a fun part. You just get in there and play with it, and it's fun because I feel like I pick up another little tip every time I come together in group like this.
Right. That's true. That's true.
Yep.
So
And I created my background totally in Canva.
Oh,
So this is
talk
totally
right here?
100%. Yeah.
oh, I love it. And it's funny. I was
So
gonna
it's a
mention
lot
to
of
you,
the
I
books
like it.
that I've published.
Mhm.
I just grabbed them and put them in, and I've piecemealed this throughout the years.
That's great.
So
That's
job.
amazing, Peggy Lee. I totally thought that was a photo.
I did too. I was gonna. I thought
Did.
like
I
a
was like,
shelf.
that is- right, like an artfully arranged photo. Totally thought. That's
you
cool.
can get hooks, you can get picture strings, you can get plaques, anything. So you can arrange. So it's kind of fun.
Diane's going to be relaunching a business, and some of the rest of us know each other from Women's Prosperity Network. So I was telling her about that. Would anybody else have a kind word to say about those people?
Women's Prosperity Network. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't have a business without them. I probably could, but they have been instrumental in starting my business and growing in my business and where I am currently in my business. They meet you where they are at, they meet you where you are at currently. If you're just beginning, if you're in the middle, they allow you to go out and come back, and they'll meet you wherever you are. They are a phenomenal bunch of women that all they do is help each other grow.
Yeah, just so
I could go on and on.
I mean, the community is just so heart centered, and the women are just, they're so sharp and like they're laser coaching, like 5 minutes is bam, I know what I need to do for the next week. It's awesome.
Yeah, pretty
So-
amazing. And it's led by actually 3 sisters that run it. That yeah, and it's very cool though. I've been around them for years, in and out for years. But they really give me my I don't know, like my foundation, my my tribe, my in landmark education they use the term originating circle, like that, my originating circle.
Right.
My life, my week is kind of structured around it. Yeah.
So do you guys all go?
Mhm.
I'm
All
a
of
member, yeah.
So that's
You-
4 of you. Joy,
Yeah.
do you go too?
I go to, I've done to some workshops and some of the networking events, but I'm not a member.
Yeah.
their
And Laura
level up
was,
is
she
coming.
left,
If you
but
would
Laura
like
was.
to go, I think I've got a free ticket for that. It's a 2-day thing coming up next week. But they've got lesser things. For me, the momentum coaching has been, and it's
Yeah.
what, $200 a month, but it gives me 2 touch points a week,
Mm.
which I need. Keep me focused,
Right.
it's a big,
You
it's a
feel
big
connected.
job keeping me focused. 'Cause I'm
Especially
like,
now with everything, the way things have gone with COVID and everything, it's so great to have that connection.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I really need. Because I'm starting website design again. I built an agency what seems like eons ago, and now I'm getting back into it, and I'm like starting from scratch in terms of audience and list and things like that. What's the service or event of theirs that you think has been the single most beneficial to you in terms of like networking and audience building?
They're all good.
Really? Okay.
They are
There's
all
so many
good.
different ways to connect, and there's
Yeah.
free membership. There's ways on Wednesday mornings, they have a free thing that anybody can listen to, and then you can connect that way. It's just it's great to start with some of the free stuff and put your toe in the water.
Yeah, and they have a Facebook group where you can join for free, and you can get their listen to while